Good morning, ARMR Insiders. We're going to get to our highlighted stock of the day, Palantir, in a minute. I want to welcome everybody who follows the ARMR Report in any way to our Wednesday open mic session. So I'm going to share with you our virtual hedge fund approach. This is the ARMR Investing Way. We're going to go over our day trading, our swing trading, and our investing strategies. We use all three to manage assets, my own personal assets, which are a family office, and then capital I manage, Rosenthal Capital Management. What we do there is we have a flagship fund. And we put together a basic portfolio off of which we manage portfolios for others depending on their risk tolerance. So for this conversation, whatever I say, you got to put it through the filter of your own strategy, your own risk tolerance, your own goal. I'm sharing with you my approach and my experience, hopefully lift you up, make you a better investor, a better trader over time. But it really requires you to think for yourself and be the smart money on your own. Okay. So over time, working with me, what you're going to do is learn these processes and execute them on your own and fly. And you won't have to worry about trying to follow some other smart money. Okay. So let's dive in. Any questions, feel free to throw them to the comment section. When I'm done with my kind of opening remarks, I'm happy to try to answer any questions you guys have. So put it in the comment section right here. If you watch this video later, go ahead and comment. I'll look at it during the day and try to answer for you. And of course, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe so you get all of our updates. All right. One other programming note. We just launched our Substack. You're going to find two very important pieces of information, I say that in all humility, that's going to show up on our Substack. You're going to see our ARMR investing research. So we're going to have research reports that we post, maybe one or two a week, of companies that are either on our whiteboard, stocks to watch, and a detailed fundamental explanation of why it's on our whiteboard, stocks to buy. So here's a breakdown fundamentally of why we're looking to buy the stock. Maybe we already own it. Maybe we're buying it that week. And then every now and then we're going to have a stock to sell, right? Something that we've got in the portfolio. Maybe we just lifted it out. Maybe we'll have an explanation or research report there of why fundamentally things have changed and it's no longer on our whiteboard. So you can look for that during the week, probably one or two reports a week for you. And we're also dropping a week in review every Sunday night. So we're going to take these meetings. We do these morning meetings every morning for ARMR Report subscribers and for ARMR Insiders. Okay. So we do it every morning like this. And we're going to take these, what I call the captain's log, okay, captain's notes from each of these meetings, and we're going to condense it for you into a weekly report. So on Sunday night, if you're a subscriber to our Substack, you're going to be able to see everything we did last week and what our plans are for the next week, hopefully in a clear and concise manner. So go ahead to Substack. You can find us, ARMR Investing, on Substack, and subscribe. It's a free service, so you'll just get a chance to see how we manage capital here at our virtual hedge fund. All right, so diving into portfolio management. The first thing we want to talk about is this screen right here, which 5 of the 10 indexes we use for our risk monitor. The risk monitor is yellow still, okay? But we're creating a lot of alpha in the last few weeks. Even though the risk monitor is yellow, a lot of alpha in single stock selection, okay? And so what that really means to me is we're leaning towards risk monitor turning green, okay? In a real kind of risk monitor red environment, just to go over risk monitor real quick for those of you who are new to the game, 10 indexes, 10 proprietary ARMR algorithms that tell us entry and exit points. When all 10 are saying the same thing, that's when we shift that red, green, yellow type of light, okay? Because in order for all of those indexes to speak the same game, it has to be the power of institutional investors. And on this desk, we say this axiom: information makes money, but institutions make markets. So we've got to know where institutions are going. All right. So what's happening right now after a big rip off of the lows of the year is a consolidation. And we don't know if it's going to break out to new highs. Risk monitor green probably would occur, and then the market will go. Or rolls over, breaks down, risk monitor red, we're raising a lot of cash. Right now, we're in the consolidation period. And what I'm saying is I'm leaning green because during the consolidation period, at the ARMR Virtual Hedge Fund, we are making a lot of money. And that's not something you usually can do when you're about to go yellow to red, right? Yellow to red means things are breaking down, stops are getting hit, and then it gets ugly, boom, everything, breaks. What's happening now is single stock selection. We're at that stage in the bull cycle. Indexes grind higher, but individual stock selection, if you're smart, can make you a lot of money. That's kind of the phase we're in. So I suspect in our macro fund, where we just swing trade indexes, we're about 75% long, double the indexes, okay? So that last 25%, we've been day trading for the last 3 days, making money each day. When the carry trade setup occurs, we go and we max out our index exposure. We're long SSO, QLD, DDM, and UWM. So double S&P, double NASDAQ, double small cap, double Dow. So when we're fully invested, 200% exposure, all right? And so we keep day trading because what we're trying to do is get on a trade, and if the risk monitor flips green, we're going to end up holding that max exposure. When at the end of the day, it's still yellow, we book our day trading gains and we start again. So that's what we're doing right now. We'll do it again in that macro fund. When we get on our day trade for the S&P index, our carry trading, we'll load up our macro fund again and see if we get risk monitor green, then we'll hold it. All right. So now let's shift over to highlighted stocks of the day and some news hitting the tape. Okay. Oops. All right. First of all, first thing I want to talk about is the highlighted stock of the day here, Palantir. PLTR, we've been trading it all the way up. Okay. There's two different ways to trade it. You could trade around the core, hold a position until it breaks the uptrend, or you could trade it out. I've been in some portfolios, I hold a core, but for the vast majority of my assets, I've traded it out. So what I'm looking to do now is put it back on. And I actually did that pre-market. And I shared that with ARMR Insiders in our proprietary Slack room. Okay, so you guys are in the Slack room with me. You saw me do it this morning. First thing I came in, first thing I did was I picked off a little Palantir somewhere around 166. Okay, I don't know where's it trading right now. 167.5, something like that. The news last night of Russia flying over Poland puts defense stocks front and center. I don't know if that's why the stock is up, but I don't really care about it. What I really care about is this: perfect, tight, powder keg type location on the 50-day moving average. And if it moves above the high of that light green box into the bright green box and closes there, I want to own Palantir again with a fairly tight stop. Okay, so I've shared with you 6 names out of all the names that I call stocks to watch, right, that are on our whiteboard. I've got 6 names that are top shelf. And every time one of these names gives me an entry point, I'm going to own it until such times it falls off of my top shelf list. Palantir's on that top shelf list. This is the next entry signal if it closes up here. So I'm on it pre-market. If it closes down, I won't own it. If it closes in the green box, I will, and that'll be another investment entry point. We're in this uptrend, this channel. Down at the bottom of the channel to the 50-day consolidation breakout. Takes out the 50, the game's over. Take it off probably the top shelf. Another name on the top shelf of the whiteboard. Okay, I've also added at the moment is Pure Storage. Okay, so pre-market, again, I shared this with ARMR Insiders that are in our Slack room. I've added Pure Storage. Where did I put that in the portfolio? I shared with you guys this morning. I was in there around $80. Okay. So around $80 to me Got to own it right there. And this is the reason why. Did you guys see the Oracle announcement last night? I think they actually missed the number, but the guidance they gave for infrastructure growth of AI is just absolutely exploded the heads of analysts on Wall Street. And Oracle is up like 33% on the news. This just reiterates for me the importance of storage. We're on the storage play. I don't own Oracle. They missed the number and they came out with an insane forward guidance on infrastructure growth of AI. And to me, what that means is like an unlimited demand for storage. Now, we're already on this, okay? We added SanDisk back right here when it broke out of this pennant. That was, the 27th of August, and SanDisk is up 50% for us, okay? Along with that, we already owned Micron. We were buying Micron in this pennant. We got it in here. It blew out of the pennant, up another, 2-3%, another 3+% this morning, okay? And the trifecta of storage, they blew out on earnings. And what I want you to see here is the weekly chart of Pure Storage. Okay. That is just starting. That is a rectangle of epic proportion. Okay. That's just starting. So Armor Insiders, you know, I've been hunting this stock. I was trying to get it down here in the 75, 73 area, and it tailed and ripped higher without me. Right. And so I've been waiting for it to come in. It's not coming in. If it closes above the high of the big up bar, which in this case is 80.68, if it closes above 80.68, I'm in. That's a high tight pennant, and they're absolutely blowing out storage stocks. So this is a more aggressive entry point. If I'm in here, which I am around 80, it's trading 81 and change right now. My stop is 75. If it goes back below the 50% retrace of that big up bar, I got to take it out and look for another entry point. But this is one of the names at the top of my whiteboard. So I'm taking aggressive action. And in all fairness, I think I've earned the right to do it because we're up 50% on SanDisk and we're making some serious coin on Micron. And this is the trifecta of those storage plays. So I'm putting the capital to work there. Those are the two highlighted stocks of the day. Other positions in the portfolio just to comment on, and I'll get to any questions you guys might have. So throw them into the comment section. Nike got an upgrade today. Stock's going to be up over 1%. Whenever there's talk of China-US problems, Nike sells off. Whenever that shakeout is over, Nike starts to go up. A whole bunch of analysts are upgrading Nike based on the turnaround situation, doing channel checks. Okay, I'm on it for the turnaround story as well. Okay, that's a huge downtrend. Don't tell me all the bad news. I know that's why the stock's down big. Companies going through a turnaround story, island reversal, breakout above the 200-day. I'm long this thing on a weekly stop. Would have to close below my stop on a weekly basis for me to exit. And today we get an upgrade. Stock's going to be up a bit. What else? Oh, yeah, Coinbase. Coinbase. Boy, we've had patience on Coinbase in here. We bought it in here. Stock is sold off. It tickled the stop, but never went below it. Today, if it takes out the high of our original entry day and closes above that high, I'll make the max. I'll make this a max exposure. So I got like an, average exposure on now. I'll make it max if it closes there. Okay. That is Coinbase. And I guess I'll wrap up before I get to any questions you guys might have. Again, throw them in the comment section if you do. I'll wrap up with the cannabis couch. I know you all like to talk about it. I don't like to talk about it. Okay. I don't like to talk about cannabis stocks. I see what you guys are saying on X. I get questions on previous YouTube videos, and I got to be honest with you. In all due respect, anybody that's trying to read tea leaves on cannabis right now, or read cannabis leaves, as it were, is just chasing his tail. But you're just chasing your tail. None of the stories you read mean anything. There's nothing to look at. You should not be looking at cannabis, period. Trump said he's going to take that back. Trump said there's going to be a decision on rescheduling in the next few weeks. Nobody knows when that's going to happen. It doesn't make a difference. There's going to be a piece of news. It either makes these stocks or breaks these stocks. We own them cheap. We've already taken out our principal. We're playing with the house money. I don't care what the news stories are. So that's my comment on cannabis. All right. Any questions you guys have? Let me know. I see a comment in here. What do you got for me? Good morning. Hey, Ivy, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Let me see if I got any other thoughts here. Ooh, Bitcoin's moving. All right, so Bitcoin's trying to go up in here, and it's one piece of the puzzle that is keeping the risk monitor yellow. Okay, Bitcoin is traditionally a risk-on asset. Not traditionally. I mean, hasn't been around that long. But what I'm saying is, when the risk monitor goes green, usually Bitcoin is one of the first to take off. And Bitcoin's been lagging recently. So if Bitcoin takes off and we get an ARMR algo buy trigger on Bitcoin, that'll be one more piece that falls into place of risk monitor green. So we'll see if that takes place. Oh, hey, thanks, man. SanDisk has really taken off. I mean, that's just been an incredible move. And just to share with you guys a thought on why are we on SanDisk. I've been doing this over 35 years, and I'm just sharing with you a money maker for me over those 3+ decades of investing. Okay, when you see a company, let's just follow it through. Western Digital bought SanDisk, took them off the market. SanDisk used to be a company traded on the exchanges for a long time. Okay, Western Digital, a storage company, bought them, I don't know, a few years ago. Western Digital then spun off SanDisk. So back to the public early this year. Looks like maybe early February this year. When a guy that is a dominant, in this case, storage company, Western Digital, spins off a company like SanDisk, what they're saying is, we see the future. Something big's coming, and we want to make sure that we get the value for the asset we own. So they spin a piece off to the public to show the growth of that business. Stock blows out. What happens to SanDisk? It blows out. But look what happened to Western Digital. I should have been on Western Digital. Western Digital's had a huge move after the Trump collapse. You know, it sold off with the whole market. Western Digital, 36 to 94. I should have been buying Western Digital, right? Because Western Digital spun out SanDisk because it could see what was happening to storage. Both stocks have gone through the roof. So put that down in your book of investing ideas, how to find great investing ideas. We're really searching for spin-offs that are like this, and you'll see it in many different industries. Sometimes it could be a private equity that does it too. Private equity takes a company private, gets it back into good shape, and then spins off shares when it knows the business cycle is coming in the direction of its asset, so that it can then reprice and they can see the value of their private equity ownership and turnaround. So spin-outs can be very beneficial, and that's what happened right there. Yeah, STX blew out too. Yeah. Woo! Storage stocks. And this is why Pure Storage has to be at the top of my list. I know that chart might be a little bit dangerous looking to you. It's already up huge, you say to me. I can hear people saying it to me, okay? But it's the weekly chart you want to look at. And of course, we use stops. It could break down take the cash out. I'll look for the next entry point. But it's very possible that Pure Storage blows out of that weekly chart pattern. And so that's where we're along there. Okay, look, 9:23. Guys, I got to hop. I got to get the live trading desk started for all ARMR insiders. ARMR Report subscribers, you're on your own the rest of the day. But, of course, you always have the luxury of contacting me. Email, phone call if you need help. I'm happy to chat with you. Everybody else, thanks for spending time this morning with us. We do this every Wednesday. Open up the mic to all you guys. Anyone got a question, bring it to me. Substack. We've just launched our Substack. You're going to get our fundamental research, so ARMR investing research reports, and you're going to get your Sunday update of what we did the prior week and what we're looking to do. Clean, concise, quick Substack update. So go ahead. It's free. Go to Substack and subscribe. Everyone have a wonderful trading session. And remember, no matter what I've said or what anyone else says, at the end of the day, you got to think for yourself. What's your risk tolerance? What's your goal? Execute that strategy and be the smart one.